Well, well, well. Well, well, well. It looks like FROSK is gone from G4 a week after the layoffs. Shouldn't surprise anyone. Might have surprised her.
Yeah, because wasn't she like bragging about it or something?
She was bragging. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about some other stuff in terms of finances and money running out and all of that jazz. Really exciting stuff. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Welcome back to Clownfish TV. Yeah, we were literally going to do a video talking about how all the venture capital is running out, and we're still going to talk about that, but people said FROSK got gone. It was rumored she got gone, and now it's been confirmed she got gone. And it's interesting because this is the same woman that was strutting just a couple of days ago. After her coworkers got let go, she puts a tweet out there. She survived. She's got sunglasses and the crown on the iguana and the joint and the whole thing. And yay, FROSK. She's gone too.
Ooh.
Oh, well.
And it might even been because she went out and did that.
I would have fired her ass.
Yeah.
I would have fired her ass, yeah. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Almost 276,000 subs.
Yay!
Half as many subs as X-Play and 10 times the traffic X-Play gets. Very embarrassing. This whole G4 thing has been embarrassing. But, yeah, I'm not surprised she's gone. Everybody was going to be gone. I hope you're happy because your coworkers lost their jobs because of you. Not solely because of you. There were a lot of stupid decisions being made about bringing G4 back, but you were a huge catalyst for us.
Right, but then to turn around and be like, haha, I wonder if she was told to lay low, and then she turned around and did that, and haha, I survived, and then all of a sudden, haha.
Yeah.
So someone's going to take that picture where they want to take the glasses off and put X's on the eyes?
I'm sure they will. So this just broke like an hour or so ago. X-Play host FROSK out at G4 a week after layoffs. She's leaving. A week after the big layoffs rocked the network, Kotaku has learned that X-Play host Indiana Froskier Black is no longer with G4. Comcast, G4's parent company, bought out the remainder of her contract.
Oh!
Holy shit. According to two sources familiar with the business, the news was announced internally by head of the network, Joe Marsh, in a town hall meeting on Tuesday. Thank you so much to G4 TV and the talented X-Play and esports departments. Loved working with you guys. Gonna miss Gex. Okay, Black was one of the main hosts of X-Play. Along with some other folks. The original version of the gaming talk show during KO 2000, we know that. Sessler stepped back from the program earlier this year to address family medical issues.
He's going to pull his head out of his ass.
Yeah. Is that the medical emergency? I've got my head stuck so far up my ass, doctor. Black came to G4 from the League of Legends esports scene, where she was a color commentator, in addition to discussing the latest news and helping review games that she didn't actually play. Black was also occasionally outspoken, especially on the misogynistic comments and harassment often leveled at the more diverse reboot of the network, including her personally.
Well, she went out. Okay.
She went looking for trouble.
Like I said, I've said it before. I did not think everything she said was wrong. I have seen some of the things that she was talking about myself personally. But I don't think that it should have been mentioned on air. I don't think that it was done in the right way. There's a lot of things that could have been done that was completely the wrong one and the wrong way to go about it.
So this is so funny because this is Kotaku. Okay, so Kotaku defending FROSK, which just on every level, it was a disaster from a business standpoint. Them defending FROSK is like... So when you get laid off, and I guarantee you a whole bunch of Kotaku writers are going to get laid off pretty soon, and we're going to talk more about that because the money is running out, guys. It's going to be so funny because are they going to eulogize each other? Because they kind of do. I did the video yesterday talking about how the gaming journalist scene is imploding, and they are eulogizing each other. It's so unfair. The companies are making money, but they don't want to run these gaming blogs, and we just don't understand why. Don't they have a heart for journalists anymore? It's no, they don't make money.
Yeah, exactly. It's what did you think
they lose money?
They're just going to keep paying for you to be there. Now the kindness of their heart. Well, in her case, they just bought out her contract.
Two sources Kotaku spoke with speculated that the timing of the decision may have been related to a September 15th tweet in which Black posted a meme saying, "I survived." It was likely aimed at those who had celebrated the G4 layoffs, hoping that Black would be among them, but was also interpreted by many as tone deaf.
Which we said that.
Yeah, in the wake of so many losing their jobs at the network just the day before. It was bullshit. I mean, I've been trying to give this woman the benefit of the doubt, but after that, I'm like, you're trash. Well, you're just absolute trash.
Even if they had been like saying, okay, you need to calm this down. Just don't address it. Just
take
don't talk.
the tweet down.
Not just about that tweet, just in general. To try to gain people back, and then that was going on in the meantime. Then they had to lay people off, and then somehow they spared her, probably because they didn't want to be accused of something. That they got rid of her, and they gave the trolls what they wanted because they're against women and blah blah blah. And then she turns around and then does that again after they've already told her, and she's probably the cause of a lot of it, and they told her not to do it. They argue that's why they fired Gina Carano from Star Wars. Yeah. But then, they were going to, it would be, if they didn't do the same thing for her, then that would be total shit. So she was trying to incite issues.
She was. So this is where it gets really interesting, because at what point do you, again, we did a video, and it's actually going to come after this one, talking about Disney and wokeness and it being kind of anti-business. At what point do you defend this kind of behavior, trying to stick it to the chuds when you're literally watching your business burn down? Like, they burnt this thing down. It wasn't quite dead on arrival. People were actually kind of excited that G4 was coming back, but when it became clear that it was going to be hyper political and a zombified version of itself, and she might not be the sole reason it tanked, but she definitely was a bucket of kerosene, and she just would not shut the hell up. She needed to go 6 months ago. They could have pulled this thing out of a tailspin if she had been cut loose 6 months ago, but they were afraid to do it.
Hell, even if she had just been like, okay, she said it, let's just move on. And let's not, but she kept just pushing it.
This shows what she's really like, saying shit like this.
Yeah, and I remember we were saying too, like, well, that looks really shitty to the people who just got laid off.
It was shitty. I was angry. I was legit angry. I mean, mostly I've been like, God, what an annoying and I'm like, no, that's fucking cold. That's just cold. That, the day a bunch of people get laid off, you're out there like, I survived, bitches. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, Black's departure seems far from the only likely shakeup, as G4 faces financial pressure to increase revenue while cutting costs.
It's called business.
It's called business, bitches.
A lot of these things these journalists should look into is something that they should understand.
Yep. 3 sources familiar with the business tell Kotaku they expect bigger focus on lower budget, personality-led Twitch streams
that people like,
instead of more highly produced talk shows. Okay.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
So wait, they're gonna.
Where's our cut of money for telling them this exact same thing?
Because we kept saying, okay. So I had somebody come into the comments on one of the videos and said that they think they're going to do podcasts and they're going to do like low budget stuff, and we're not the only ones to point it out, but there are gaming channels out there, YouTube channels out there that completely kick their ass on a shoestring budget. They did not need to spend whatever millions of dollars on sets, and apparently they had a staff of like 100, 200 people.
And that's the numbers they were bringing?
They were getting like 14,000, 15,000 views a day for that. Yeah.
I mean, granted, they were also other places, but still.
It doesn't, fuck off.
So they're going to basically do what everybody else is doing that's kicking their ass.
They're going to die. There's no way. Their street cred has been completely destroyed, and she is a big reason why.
And then the guy that's the Attack of the Show guy is leaving too.
Yeah. They're going to leave. Kevin Pereira, host of Attack of the Show, is set to leave in October. They're all leaving. It's over. G4 is done.
They're like
it
locusts.
Is done.
They came, ruined everything. You ruined the crops, took all the money, ate all the money, and now they're just. And then they have to pay her the rest of her contract, and they're just moving along.
And she'll move on to something else. She will.
Yeah, but the barren land left behind that's G4 is not going to do well.
Well, okay, so this is interesting because I did a video yesterday talking about how only now these gaming journos are realizing that the gravy train is over. So many outlets are laying off, and a lot of them, they were never really sustainable to begin with. They were living on venture capital, round after round after round venture capital. This article, I love this, from a couple months ago. Our entire industry is dying in esports media.
Yeah, but go back to the other article real quick. If you look over here, though, report video game spending reached $4.1 billion in August. It's a return to 2020 levels of industry sales. So we're having extremely high sales met with all these firings in gaming culture and media.
Yeah, it's almost like having a video game blog full of activists
I thought you were going to say assholes, but activist works.
Activist assholes doesn't actually sell games. Like, it actually seems like it's the opposite. Like, if you get these people to shut up, more people buy games. Because sometimes the games are good, but people won't shut up about it.
If you just cover the actual games and cover the industry and like talk about what you're supposed to be about instead of shoehorning politics and agenda shit in there, maybe people would come back and read what you have to say.
Maybe.
Because people are just tired of it. They're like, I want to play a damn game. I want to know about the game. I don't want to know about your opinion politically and who you're going to vote for and who you think you shouldn't vote for and who sits on a golden toilet. I just want to know what the hell this game's about and if I should spend money on it by someone who actually played it.
So let's, that's the key. Somebody actually play it. So this article, I had a friend send it over. Shrinking M&A appetite. That's marketing. Appetite spells bad news for digital media. Basically, they're talking about how they're not going to invest in digital media anymore.
But probably because they lost too much money.
They did. They actually go into this article, and this is from Variety. And they talk about BuzzFeed in particular. BuzzFeed's a joke. BuzzFeed was supposed to be the litmus test to see if, because now the venture capital ran out, they wanted to go public and get the general public.
Right, but when you said BuzzFeed was one that was going to be the litmus test, I remember I was like, well, that was like one of the worst ones I would use as the test the waters with.
So I got burnt on BuzzFeed. I bought it at around $8 or $9 a share.
I wouldn't have bought it at all.
It opened at $10. I think I noped out when it hit like $5 a share, and I sold it.
Well, you shouldn't have bought it in the first place.
I shouldn't have bought it at all.
Or you should have waited because you knew it was going to tank.
I knew it was going to, but I'm like, well, I didn't buy a whole lot of it, but I'm like, just in the off chance.
What were you thinking they were going to stonk it or something?
Stonk it? Well, I wondered. I actually thought maybe it would become like a meme stock or something. I'm like, I'll buy some just in case. Anyway, I noped out. It's $1.50 a share.
Yeah.
$1.50 a share. So yeah, so many of these companies have lost so much money that they're just not pumping any more venture capital into it. They're talking about Vox. They're consolidating. Vox is buying companies. Vice is buying companies. They're just eating each other at this point.
Yeah, basically, they're trying to get bigger, so they're more appealing to venture capital.
But the interesting thing about this is that, and I was reading this article too, there is venture capital out there, but not for them, not for digital media. They're basically sitting on almost $300 billion, and they call it dry powder. It's about to revive startup funding. So they're going to start investing in companies again, and some of them might be tech companies, but they're going to be a lot more judicious about what they invest in. And for the longest time, it was like, let's do digital media, let's do blogs, whatever. Since everybody got burnt on BuzzFeed and Vice and Vox and all these other ones, everybody's going to nope out.
Here's the thing. There are some that are worth it, though. But you have to know how to pick. And they just picked, well, that's the biggest one. Well, that doesn't mean it's the best one, because a lot of them, muddied their water to appear deep,
Yeah, and they basically they got hosed. A lot of these digital media outlets were, I believe, fudging their numbers. I think it was all kind of a shell game, and they got burnt. There was no plan for return on investment. It's basically, most blogs, it's like they don't become super profitable. They make enough money to pay writers, pay staff, keep the lights on. There might be some profit at the end of the year, but they're not making massive amounts of money.
Well, not with the ad rates being cut and everything.
No, not with the ad rates being cut. And so basically, where the money comes from is when the site owner sells the site. That's when they cash out. And
then here's the thing too. I know that because this is election year, they're waiting to see which way things swing, which way the tide goes, before they're going to dump a bunch of money into it, because they're going to be like, corporate adverse politics at play. They're not going to want to spend all their money and lose it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, for sure. So anyway, We're gonna wrap this one up. This is pretty interesting. I think here's the thing. I mean, we keep saying she's gonna wind up someplace else, but I'm like, where else are they gonna go? Like, a lot of these people are gonna get gone from the industry, and they're not gonna find another job because the jobs are drying up.
Frost can go start her own YouTube channel. No, OnlyFans. That was very. Anyway, her own YouTube channel, and since she has so many fans and she plays games so well, she can do the same thing there, and all her fans will follow her there, and she should be fine.
I think that should be a prerequisite before you become a host on one of these gaming, channels, big gaming channels. I think you need to actually have proven yourself doing your own thing. I think you need to have your own audience or whatever, and not just move into a warm seat. But anyway, good luck with that. I'm sure she's got a lot of coworkers that are probably not very happy with her and are saying things about her that we wouldn't even say on this channel.
Probably.
Gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.